Ever wish you could just download knowledge directly to your brain?
Wouldn't that be great?
I think so, yeah.
Like in the Matrix.
Yeah, exactly. Like in the Matrix, boom.
Download Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So today, we're going to try something pretty close to that with the subtle art of not giving a feck. We're going to be combining Mark Manson's wisdom with a unique method for memorizing books. Think Delta Brainwave learning.
Oh.
Meets the incredible world of memory palaces.
Yeah, it might sound a little out there.
I know, all right.
But these are techniques used by, memory champions.
Really?
To remember massive amounts of information.
That's crazy.
And the best part is, anybody can learn how to use them.
Okay, so we're going to break down exactly how it works and guide you through the whole process. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm already ready.
Let's do it.
So delta waves. Those are the brain waves that we experience during deep sleep, right?
Right.
What do they have to do with memorizing a book?
Well, studies show that delta waves actually play a key role in consolidating memories. Basically, they help move information from short-term to long-term storage.
Okay.
So we're going to be using a guided relaxation technique to help you reach a state similar to that delta wave sleep.
Okay.
And that'll basically prime your brain for some serious memory formation.
I'm ready for some serious memory formation.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the delta wave part. What about the memory palaces?
Okay. So think of a memory palace as like a mental map.
Okay.
A really vivid and detailed location you create in your mind.
Okay.
And by associating concepts with specific places within this palace, you create these really powerful mnemonic hooks that make recalling information much easier.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to use a very specific memory palace today. The Big Bus Tours route in Singapore.
No way.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love Singapore.
It's awesome. We're talking over 50 different locations.
Okay.
Each one is going to represent a key insight from the subtle art.
All right. I am ready to build my Singaporean memory palace.
Awesome.
Where do we start?
Okay, so first, find a comfortable position, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths. Now, imagine yourself standing at the Big Bus Tours ticket booth in sunny Singapore. Feeling the excitement of the journey ahead, this is location number 1. And it represents the very foundation of the subtle art. The idea that not everything deserves our attention.
Okay, so I'm picturing it. I've got the bright red buses. I've got the colorful brochures. I can hear the buzz of the tourists. So the ticket booth represents choosing what not to give a fuck about.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, think of those brochures as representing all the different things we could choose to care about.
Okay.
But just like you wouldn't try to cram all the tours into one day. You can't give a feck about everything.
Right. Okay.
You gotta choose.
All right. I'm starting to see how this works.
Yeah.
What's the next stop?
Okay, location number 2. We are approaching the majestic gardens by the bay.
Oh, yeah.
Those towering super trees reaching for the sky. This breathtaking sight represents the idea that true happiness comes from choosing what to care about.
Okay, so the gardens by the bay are about choosing your values.
Yeah, think of it this way, just like a gardener carefully chooses which plants to cultivate. We have the power to choose which values we nurture in our lives.
Okay.
And the super trees reaching high above the other plants, they represent those core values that we want to prioritize.
Got it. I'm feeling pretty zen just thinking about those gardens.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, what's next?
Location number 3. We're leaving the serenity of the gardens, and we're arriving at the bustling Lau Pa Sat Festival Market. The air is thick with the aroma of spices, and sizzling satay. The sounds of hawkers calling out.
Yeah.
The crowds jostling for a table.
Oh yeah, I can almost smell the food.
Yeah, it's a sensory overload.
Yeah, what concept does this chaotic scene represent?
This is all about Manson's argument.
Okay.
That life is messy.
Okay.
And full of problems.
Okay.
You know, those spilled noodles on the sticky tables, the overflowing trash bins, the constant hustle. It's all part of the experience.
So the Lau Pa Sat Festival Market is a reminder that problems are inevitable.
Yeah.
No matter how hard we try to avoid them.
Yeah, it's like trying to eat satay without getting your fingers messy. It's just not going to happen.
Okay.
And trying to create a life free from problems is just as futile.
I'm getting hungry just thinking about all that food.
Yeah.
Where to next?
All right, location number 4. We're cruising along the historic Singapore River, passing the iconic Merlion statue.
Yeah.
With water cascading from its mouth.
Okay.
This powerful image represents the idea of taking responsibility for our own lives.
Okay, I can see it.
Yeah.
The Merlion standing tall, a symbol of Singapore itself. How does this relate to responsibility?
Well, think of the Merlion as like a guardian. Okay. Reminding us that that we're the captains of our own ships, even when the waters get rough.
Okay.
We can't blame external forces for our choices.
Yeah.
Or the outcomes of those choices.
Okay.
So yeah.
So the Merlion is about owning our actions and decisions, steering our own course, even when things get tough.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. What's the next stop on our mental voyage?
Okay. Location number 5. We've disembarked the bus. And we are now wandering through the vibrant, sometimes overwhelming streets of Chinatown.
Yes.
The clash of colors, the scent of incense, the feeling of being like a little lost in the crowd.
Okay, I'm there.
This sensory experience embodies what Manson calls the feedback loop from hell.
Okay. Yes, I remember Manson talking about that.
Yeah.
It's when our negative thoughts just spiral out of control.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine yourself like getting jostled in a crowded alleyway, feeling frustrated, overwhelmed.
Yep.
That sense of being trapped represents the loop.
Okay.
Manson describes. Those negative thoughts feed on themselves, making us feel even worse.
Got it. So the crowded streets of Chinatown are a reminder to watch out for that negative spiral. Where do we find some peace and quiet after this?
Okay, location number 6. Stepping into the serene Buddha Tooth Relic Temple.
Ah, yes.
A sense of calm washes over you. The scent of incense fills the air. Golden statues gleam. And a hush falls over the crowd. This tranquil oasis represents the power of choosing values that bring peace and meaning to our lives. A moment of tranquility. I can almost feel the calmness. So the temple is a reminder to focus on the things that truly matter. The things that bring us inner peace.
Exactly. Think of the Buddha statue, radiating serenity and wisdom.
Yes.
It's a symbol of the inner peace we can cultivate by focusing on our values, even amidst the chaos of life.
Okay, feeling centered and ready to explore some more. What's next on our itinerary?
Okay, location number 7. We're at the Art Science Museum.
Yeah?
Its unique lotus flower shape is a symbol of unfolding and growth. And this represents the self-awareness onion.
Okay.
The idea that understanding ourselves is a process of like peeling back layers.
An onion. Yeah. That's a pretty interesting metaphor.
Yeah, just like an onion has layers, so too does self-awareness.
Okay.
Think about exploring the museum's exhibits.
Okay.
Each one revealing a new layer of understanding about, your beliefs, your motivations. Okay.
Your fears.
So the Art Science Museum is all about getting to know ourselves better, uncovering those hidden layers that shape our thoughts and actions.
Precisely. The more layers we peel back, the more self-aware we become, and the better equipped we are to make choices that align with our true values.
This mental tour is really starting to take shape.
I know, right?
What's the next stop on our journey of self-discovery?
Okay, location number 8. We're at the National Gallery, Singapore.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's impressive architecture. It's like this blend of old and new. And it represents the idea that we are all architects of our own beliefs.
Okay. I'm picturing the grand halls and the diverse art collection.
Yeah.
How does that connect to building our beliefs?
Well, think about how an architect carefully plans and designs a building.
Okay.
In the same way, we construct our own belief systems based on our experiences, our influences. our choices.
So we're not just passive recipients of information.
Right.
We actively shape our own reality based on what we choose to believe.
Exactly. And the gallery, with its mix of like traditional and contemporary art, reminds us that our beliefs can evolve over time as we encounter new perspectives and ideas.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's empowering to think that we have the power to shape our own belief systems.
Yeah.
Where does our mental bus take us next?
Location number 9. We're at Fort Canning Park.
Okay.
A historical landmark with cannons overlooking the cityscape.
Okay.
And this vantage point symbolizes Manson's warning to be careful what you believe.
Okay. I can see those cannons pointed outward, representing the power of our beliefs. But why should we be careful about what we believe?
Well, think about the potential impact of those cannons.
Okay.
Our beliefs shape our actions, and those actions have consequences, both for ourselves and the world around us.
So our beliefs aren't just abstract ideas. They have real-world implications.
Absolutely. That's why it's crucial to examine our beliefs, question our assumptions, and ensure that they are aligned with our values and the kind of world we want to create.
Fort Canning Park, a reminder to be mindful of the power of our beliefs. What's our next destination?
Okay, location number 10. We're at the Singapore Botanic Gardens.
Okay.
Strolling through the lush greenery, feeling the tranquility of nature.
Yes.
This peaceful oasis represents the idea that failure is the way forward.
Wait, failure?
Yeah.
I thought we were trying to learn how to be happy and successful.
Yeah. Think about how nature constantly adapts and evolves. Even a fallen tree trunk becomes a source of new life, a breeding ground for insects and fungi.
Okay.
So failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the process.
So the Botanic Gardens are a reminder that setbacks and mistakes are opportunities for growth and learning.
Exactly. It's about embracing those challenges, extracting the lessons.
Okay.
And using them to move forward stronger and wiser.
All right. I'm feeling inspired to embrace my next failure.
Awesome.
Where to next on our Singaporean adventure?
Location number 11. We're venturing into the depths of the SEA Aquarium.
Ooh. Yeah.
It's vast underwater world, mirroring the depths of our own emotions.
Okay.
This immersive experience embodies the idea of understanding and accepting our emotional complexity.
Okay, I can picture it. Schools of fish darting through coral reefs, the play of light and shadow, the sense of awe and wonder. How does this relate to our emotions?
Think of those different species of fish, each with its unique colors, shapes, and behaviors.
Okay.
They represent the vast spectrum of human emotions, joy, sadness, anger, fear, and everything in between.
So the aquarium is a reminder that our emotional landscape is vast and ever-changing, just like the ocean.
Exactly. It's about acknowledging and accepting the full range of our emotions without judgment.
Yeah.
Trying to suppress or deny our emotions only creates more turmoil.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
The SEA Aquarium, a symbol of embracing our emotional depths.
Right.
What's the next stop on our journey?
Okay, location number 12. We're soaring high above the city on the Singapore Flyer, gaining a new perspective on everything below. This thrilling ride symbolizes the idea of killing yourself.
Wait, what? Are we talking about actual suicide here?
No. Not literally. Remember, Manson likes to use provocative language.
Yeah, he does.
To get our attention.
Right.
What he's really talking about here is the need to let go of old limiting beliefs and identities that no longer serve us.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense. So it's about shedding those old versions of ourselves, the ones that are holding us back.
Right.
So we can embrace new possibilities.
Exactly. Think of that feeling of weightlessness at the top of the flyer.
Oh, yeah.
A symbolic release of old patterns and a chance to see the world and ourselves anew.
Okay. All right. I'm ready to kill those old beliefs and step into a new chapter.
Yeah.
Where does our mental bus take us next?
Location number 13. We're exploring the vibrant little India district.
Right.
Its streets bursting with color, music, and the intoxicating aroma of spices.
Okay.
This sensory feast represents the richness and diversity of human experience.
Okay, I can almost hear the Bollywood music playing, smell the fragrant curries, and see the colorful saras. How does this relate to embracing the human experience?
Well, think of those overflowing spice markets. The intricate henna designs, the bustling crowds. They remind us that life is full of contrasts, flavors, textures. It's about being open to new experiences, challenging our assumptions, and appreciating the beauty in unexpected places. A reminder to savor the richness and diversity of life.
Absolutely. Where to next on our Singaporean adventure?
Location number 14, we're at the Sri Mariamman Temple, the oldest Hindu temple in Singapore.
Oh, wow.
It's ornate architecture and vibrant rituals, captivating our senses. This place represents the importance of saying no.
Wait, saying no, isn't that a bit negative? I thought we were supposed to be embracing life and all its possibilities.
Well, think of the temple's boundaries, the rituals and practices that create structure and order. Saying no is not about shutting ourselves off from the world. It's about setting healthy boundary. So we can focus on what truly matters.
So the Mariamman Temple is a reminder to protect our time, our energy, our values, by saying no to things that don't align with them.
Exactly. It's about choosing what we say yes to, and that means sometimes saying no to things that might seem appealing, but ultimately distract us from our true purpose.
I'm starting to see the wisdom in that. What's our next stop on this thought-provoking tour?
Location number 15. We're at the Singapore Zoo, surrounded by fascinating creatures from around the world, each with its unique set of survival skills and behaviors. This diverse ecosystem symbolizes the values that shape our lives.
I can picture the orangutan swinging through the trees, the majestic tigers prowling their enclosures, the colorful parrots chattering in the aviary. How do these animals represent our values?
Well, think about the different strategies these animals use to thrive in their environments. Some are like solitary creatures, while others live in complex social structures. Some are, fierce predators, while others are gentle herbivores. So just like in the animal kingdom, there's a diverse range of values that guide human actions.
So the zoo is a reminder to consider the values that drive our choices and behaviors.
Exactly. Are we motivated by security, freedom, adventure, connection, creativity, or something else entirely? Understanding our values helps us make decisions that are aligned with, who we are and what we want to achieve.
The Singapore Zoo. A fascinating reminder of the diverse values that shape our lives. What's the next stop on our mental safari?
Location number 16. We're at the National Museum of Singapore. It's exhibits telling the story of Singapore's rich history and cultural heritage. This journey through time represents the metrics we use to measure our lives.
I'm picturing those historical artifacts, photographs, and documents. Each one a piece of the puzzle. That makes up Singapore's story. How does this relate to the metrics we use to measure our own lives?
Think about how a museum curator carefully selects artifacts to tell a particular story. In the same way, we choose metrics to assess our own progress and achievements.
So are we talking about things like career success, wealth, relationships, or something else entirely?
It can be any of those things and more. The key is to choose metrics that are meaningful to us, rather than blindly accepting the metrics that society often imposes upon us.
The National Museum of Singapore. A reminder to choose our own metrics for success.
Absolutely.
Where to next on our memory-making tour?
Location number 17. We're taking a break at the unique and sometimes bizarre Haw Villa, a theme park filled with statues and dioramas depicting scenes from Chinese folklore and mythology. This fantastical setting represents the subtle art of not giving effect itself.
I'm picturing those colorful and often unsettling statues, each one telling a story of morality, virtue, and the consequences of our actions. How does this connect to the concept of not giving effect?
Well, think about the paradoxes and contradictions within those stories, the blend of humor, horror and wisdom. It's a reminder that life is messy, unpredictable, and full of surprises. So not giving effect is about embracing the full spectrum of human experience, both the light and the shadow.
So Ha Parvilla is a reminder to accept the good with the bad, to find meaning in the unexpected, and to let go of the need to control everything.
Exactly. It's about finding the humor in the absurd, the beauty in the imperfect, and the wisdom in the unexpected.
Ha Parvilla, a reminder to embrace the messy, unpredictable beauty of life.
Right.
That's our next destination.
Location number 18. We're at the futuristic Marina Bay Sands Resort. It's iconic 3 towers, topped with a sky park.
Oh yeah, I know the sky park.
That resembles a giant surfboard.
Yeah.
This architectural marvel embodies the idea that that the point is to not give a fuck about what matters to most people.
I'm picturing those luxurious infinity pools overlooking the city, the high-end shops, the glamorous crowds. How does this opulent setting connect to the idea of not caring what other people think?
Well, think about the superficiality, often associated with extravagant displays of wealth and status. Manson is challenging us to define our own values and find meaning on our own terms rather than chasing after, what society deems important.
So the Marina Bay Sands is a reminder to resist the temptation to conform to societal expectations and instead forge our own path.
Yeah. Exactly. It's about defining our own metrics for success, pursuing our own passions, and finding fulfillment in what truly matters to us regardless of, what other people think.
Marina Bay Sands, a reminder to define our own success.
Yeah.
What's next on our journey? Location
number 19. We're at the Changi Airport, one of the world's most impressive travel hubs, a gateway to countless destinations. And this symbolizes the concept of embracing uncertainty and adventure.
I can feel the excitement and anticipation of travel, the possibilities that await beyond those departure gates. How does this relate to embracing uncertainty?
Think about the feeling of stepping outside your comfort zone, embarking on a journey into the unknown. Life itself is an adventure. Full of unexpected twists and turns.
So Changi Airport is a reminder to be open to new experiences, to embrace the unknown, and to trust that the journey itself is the reward.
Exactly. It's about letting go of the need to control, every aspect of our lives and instead embrace the unexpected detours and the unplanned adventures that make life so rich and fulfilling.
Changi Airport. A reminder to embrace the adventure of life. Where does our mental bus take us next?
Location number 20. We're at the Singapore Sports Hub. The energy and excitement of athletic competition is palpable in the air. This dynamic environment symbolizes the value of suffering and growth.
I'm picturing those athletes pushing their limits, striving for victory, enduring pain and setbacks. In pursuit of their goals. How does this relate to the value of suffering?
Think about how those athletes embrace challenges. How they use setbacks as fuel for their determination. Growth rarely comes without discomfort. It's in the struggle, the pushing beyond our limits, that we discover our true strength and resilience.
So the Sports Hub is a reminder that challenges and setbacks are not something to be feared, but rather opportunities for growth and transformation.
Exactly. It's about reframing our perspective on suffering, seeing it not as something to avoid, but as a necessary part of the journey towards becoming the best versions of ourselves.
The Singapore Sports Hub. A reminder to embrace the challenges that lead to growth. What's our next stop on this journey of self-discovery?
Location number 21. We're at the peaceful Kranji War Memorial, a solemn reminder of the sacrifices made in wartime. This somber setting embodies the idea that death gives life meaning.
I can feel the weight of history here, the reverence for those who gave their lives. It's a powerful reminder of our own mortality. But how does this connect to finding meaning in life?
Well, think about how contemplating our own mortality can sharpen our focus on what truly matters when we acknowledge that our time is limited. Welcome back to our deep dive into the subtle art of not giving a feck. You've done a great job so far building the foundation of your Singaporean memory palace, linking those key concepts from the book to those really vivid locations.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident in my mental map making skills. But honestly, I think this book really pushes you to examine your beliefs, and we've talked about choosing what to care about. But how do we actually go about figuring out what those things are?
Yeah, that's where things get really interesting. Location number 33. We're at the majestic Sultan Mosque. Its golden dome gleaming under the tropical sun. This place of worship represents one of the core principles in the book, the importance of values.
Okay, yeah, I remember Manson talks a lot about values, but why? Why are they so crucial?
Well, think about the mosque's intricate architecture. Those soaring minarets reaching toward the heavens. They represent the guiding principles that give our lives, like structure and meaning. Values are like the compass that helps us navigate life's complexities and make choices that are aligned with who we truly are.
So it's not just about picking random values out of a hat.
Exactly. Location number 34, we're now at the National University of Singapore, a hub of learning and intellectual exploration. This represents Manson's argument that good values are reality-based, socially constructive, and immediate and controllable.
Okay, break that down for me. What does it mean for values to be reality-based?
No, it means our values should align with what's actually possible and what truly matters in the real world. For example, if your value is to be like a famous musician, but you have no musical talent, that's not very reality-based, is it?
Ouch. All right, so no unrealistic fantasies. What about socially constructive? Does that mean we all need to start volunteering every weekend?
Not necessarily. It's about choosing values that benefit not just ourselves, but also those around us. It could be, contributing to your family, your community, or society as a whole. Think about how the university fosters collaboration and the exchange of ideas. It's about using our knowledge and skills to make a positive impact.
Okay, so reality-based, socially beneficial.
Yeah.
What about immediate and controllable? Does that mean I should just ignore big problems like climate change because they feel so overwhelming?
Not at all. It's about focusing on what you can actually influence in your own life rather than feeling powerless about things outside your control. You can still care deeply about those issues, but feeling overwhelmed won't solve them. Taking action within your own sphere of influence, however small, can make a difference.
Okay, that makes sense. So to recap, good values are grounded in reality, beneficial to others, and focused on what we can actually control. But how do we know if we're living by those good values?
Location number 35. We're now at the Singapore Cricket Club, where tradition and sportsmanship converge. This represents the idea that building good values is an ongoing process, not a destination. Just like those cricket players practicing their skills, day after day, honing their technique, we need to consistently cultivate our values through our actions and choices.
So it's a continuous journey of self-discovery and growth. There's no finish line where we suddenly become perfectly virtuous.
Exactly. It's an ongoing process of learning from our mistakes, refining our understanding of what truly matters, and striving to align our actions with our values.
That's actually pretty reassuring. It takes the pressure off feeling like I need to have it all figured out right now. What else does Manson have to say about this whole values thing?
Location number 36. We're strolling through the National Orchid Garden within the Singapore Botanic Gardens. Its vibrant blooms a testament to the diversity and evolution of life. This represents the idea that our values will inevitably change and evolve as we do.
So it's not like we choose a set of values in our 20s and just cling to them forever?
Exactly. Just like those orchids have adapted and evolved over millennia, our values will naturally shift as we gain new experiences, encounter new challenges, and learn more about ourselves.
Okay, that's actually kind of freeing. It takes the pressure off feeling like I need to have it all figured out right now. My values can change and grow as I do. But if our values are constantly evolving, how do we make sure we're on the right track? How do we avoid falling into the trap of bad values?
Location number 37. We find ourselves in the serene Japanese garden within the Botanic Gardens, a haven of tranquility and contemplation. This represents the importance of self-reflection and honest self-assessment.
So taking some quiet time to examine my values, seeing how they're playing out in my life, and asking myself some tough questions.
Precisely. Think of those meticulously raked gravel paths, the calming koi ponds. They represent the clarity and stillness we need to cultivate to see ourselves and our values clearly, asking ourselves, are my values leading to a life I'm genuinely proud of? Are they helping me become the person I want to be? Are they causing unnecessary suffering for myself or others?
Wow, those are some powerful questions, and probably not always easy to answer, honestly.
Yeah.
But how do we even begin to develop that kind of self-awareness?
Location number 38. We're at the National Gallery, Singapore, standing before a giant distorted mirror that reflects our image in this fragmented and surreal way. This unsettling image represents the self-awareness onion.
Okay, I'm intrigued but a little confused. What does an onion have to do with self-awareness?
Think of those layers of an onion. To truly understand ourselves, we need to peel back those layers, revealing the beliefs, the motivations, and the fears that often drive our actions. It's a process of uncovering the hidden forces that shape our values and choices.
So it's not always a pretty picture, right?
Yeah.
Peeling back those layers might reveal some things we'd rather not see.
That's part of the journey. Manson argues that real growth and transformation require honesty, even when it's uncomfortable. The more we understand ourselves, the better equipped we are to make conscious choices aligned with our values.
This is starting to make a lot of sense. It's like building a mental framework for a more fulfilling life. We choose our values, we examine how they evolve, and we develop self-awareness to make sure they're leading us in the right direction.
Exactly. And that brings us to location number 39. We're at Fort Canning Park, standing on the ramparts, overlooking the cityscape. This vantage point represents Manson's assertion that we're all architects of our own beliefs.
Okay, yeah, I remember those cannons pointed out over the city. How does that connect to being architects of our beliefs?
We're not just passive recipients of our experiences. We actively choose how we interpret those experiences, what meaning we assign to them, and how we allow them to shape our beliefs. It's about recognizing the power we have to shape our own reality.
Wait, don't things like our upbringing, our culture, even our genetics play a role in all this?
Of course they do. But Manson emphasizes that we have far more agency than we realize, even if we've inherited certain beliefs or patterns from our past. We have the power to choose whether we continue to live by them. Think about how Singapore itself, transformed from a small trading post to a global powerhouse. It's a testament to the power of vision and human will.
That's incredibly empowering. We're not simply products of our circumstances. We have the capacity to choose, to change, to evolve.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's a key message in the subtle art of not giving effect. It's not about apathy or nihilism. It's about taking responsibility for our lives, choosing our values wisely, and creating a life that is truly aligned with what matters most to us.
All right, I'm feeling inspired to take ownership of my beliefs and start building a life that reflects my true values. But there's still this idea of not giving effect that feels a little edgy. How does that fit into all of this?
That's where we'll pick up in the final part of this deep dive. Get ready to explore some of Manson's most counterintuitive yet powerful ideas about letting go, finding meaning in suffering, and embracing uncertainty.
I can't wait to see where our mental bus takes us next. Until then, keep building that memory palace. And stay tuned for part 3 of our exploration of the subtle art of not giving effect. Welcome back to our final segment of this deep dive into the subtle art of not giving effect. We've covered so much around building this incredible memory palace in Singapore, but I've got to be honest, some of Manson's ideas, they really challenge my thinking.
Yeah, that's what makes it so thought-provoking, right?
Yeah.
He forces us to question a lot of conventional wisdom.
Yeah, for sure.
So are you ready to explore some of his most counterintuitive concepts?
Let's do it. I'm ready to stretch my mental muscles.
All right, location number 40.
Oh.
We're standing on the Helix Bridge. It's spiraling structure representing the feedback loop from hell. Remember, this is where negative thoughts and emotions kind of feed on themselves, creating a downward spiral.
Oh yeah, that feeling of I'm not good enough, so I feel bad, and then I feel even worse for feeling bad. It's exhausting. How do we break free from that mental trap?
Manson argues that the key is to stop giving a feck about the things that don't truly matter. Sounds simple, right?
Right.
But that's where the real work begins.
Okay, but how do we decide what to care about and what to let go of? It feels like everything matters.
Location number 41, we're in the peaceful Chinese garden surrounded by serene landscapes and traditional architecture. This represents the idea that not giving a feck is about choosing your battles wisely.
So like those koi fish, like gracefully gliding through the water.
Yeah.
We need to learn to navigate life's challenges with a sense of like detachment, not getting hooked by every little ripple.
Precisely. It's about recognizing that we can't control everything, and sometimes the best course of action is to simply let go. The Chinese garden, with its emphasis on harmony and balance, reminds us that sometimes less is more.
But doesn't that sound a bit like passive, like we're just giving up?
Not at all. Location number 42. We're now at the Singapore Art Museum, standing before an installation that's nothing but a single bare light bulb hanging from the ceiling. This minimalist piece represents Manson's argument that true freedom comes from embracing our limitations.
Okay, I'm picturing that single light bulb shining brightly in the darkness, but what's so freeing about that?
It's a reminder that simplicity and focus can be incredibly powerful. By letting go of the things that don't truly matter, we free up our energy and attention to focus on what does. It's about choosing our values and then committing to them fully without distraction.
So it's not about apathy. It's about being deliberate with our energy and attention, giving a damn about the things we choose to prioritize.
Exactly. Location number 43. We find ourselves at Haw Par Villa, again surrounded by those bizarre and colorful statues depicting scenes from Chinese folklore. This time we'll focus on Manson's argument that life is full of suffering, but that suffering can be a source of meaning and growth.
Okay, this is where things get deep. We can't deny that life is full of challenges, setbacks, and even heartbreak. But how can we find meaning in those experiences?
Think about those statues at Haw Par Villa, each one telling a story of hardship, resilience, and ultimately transformation. Manson argues that it's our struggles that shape us, teach us valuable lessons, and help us develop empathy and compassion.
So it's not about pretending that pain doesn't exist or trying to avoid it at all costs.
Exactly. It's about accepting that suffering is an inherent part of the human experience and finding ways to grow from it. Instead of resisting those difficult emotions, we can lean into them, learn from them, and allow them to transform us.
Wow, that's a powerful shift in perspective. Instead of seeing suffering as something to fear, we can embrace it as a catalyst for growth.
Precisely. Location number 44, we're at the Kranji War Memorial, a solemn reminder of the sacrifices made in wartime. This location embodies the idea that death gives life meaning.
I can feel the weight of history here, the reverence for those who gave their lives. It's a profound reminder of our own mortality. But how does this connect to finding meaning in life?
Think about how contemplating our own mortality can sharpen our focus on what truly matters. When we acknowledge that our time is limited, we're more likely to live with intention, to pursue our passions, and to make the most of every moment.
The Kranji War Memorial, a powerful reminder to live a life of purpose and meaning, knowing that our time is precious. It's about making each day count.
Mm-hmm.
Where does our mental journey take us next?
Location number 45. We're at the Singapore Zoo, watching a family of orangutans swinging effortlessly through the trees. Their playful energy contagious. This scene represents Manson's argument that uncertainty is an inherent part of life.
I love that. They move with such grace and confidence, even though they can't predict where the next branch will lead. How does this relate to embracing uncertainty?
Just like those orangutans leaping from branch to branch, we need to learn to embrace the unknown, to trust that we'll land safely, even if we can't predict every twist and turn along the way.
So trying to control everything or avoid all risk can actually backfire.
Exactly. It can lead to a life of fear and stagnation. It's often in those unexpected detours, the unplanned adventures, that we discover our greatest joys and learn the most valuable lessons.
I'm starting to see the pattern here. Manson's basically saying, stop resisting reality. Embrace the good, the bad, the messy, the uncertain. Choose your values, commit to them, and find meaning in the journey even when it's challenging.
You got it. Location number 46. We're back at the Changi airport, but this time instead of departing, we're arriving back home. This symbolizes the integration of these insights into your everyday life.
So after this deep dive, it's time to take these ideas out of our memory palace and put them into practice in the real world.
Exactly. Think about how the concepts we've explored can inform your choices, your relationships, and your outlook on life.
This has been an incredible journey. We've explored so many powerful ideas from the subtle art of not giving effect, weaving them into this rich tapestry of our Singaporean memory palace.
And remember, this is just the beginning. You can continue to add new locations and associations, making this mental framework your own. The power of the memory palace is that it's a tool you can use for any area of learning.
As Manson would say, it's about choosing what to give a fuck about and then giving a damn wholeheartedly.
So if choosing what to care about is the key to happiness, as Manson argues, what one thing are you going to commit to giving a feck about starting today?
That's a great question to ponder. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the subtle art of not giving a feck. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep building those